RJ Barrett has just taken his next step into greatness. In a victory with Team Canada over Germany in the Supercup Finals, RJ Barrett went off. We're going to break down what he did against Germany, why it was so effective, and hopefully if he can take this play heading into next season with the New York Knicks. We're going to break down all of this and so much more today on the Knicks Digest. RJ Barrett went off in a victory with Team Canada over Germany. RJ Barrett went for 31 points. He went out and had revenge in his mind because Team Canada lost to Germany earlier in this week. And they knew, because this was a Super Cup Finals, that they needed to come out and they needed to win. And not only did they win, but a lot of players went off. But RJ Barrett was the star for Team Canada. If you're looking over here, RJ Barrett had 31 points on 13 of 14 shooting. 4 of 4 from 3. RJ Barrett and Team Canada got their revenge on Germany. After losing to the Germans earlier this week, Canada sneaked out with a comeback win in OT, 113-112 in Hamburg, Germany. RJ Barrett went completely off, and one of the main reasons he did so was his mid-range game and how much he was attacking the rim and how aggressive that he was. Now, I know he had some threes fall his way, and he was 4 from 4 from downtown. But what I loved is he didn't fall in love with that three. He shot it when he was open, and he shot it well. And I love him taking those shots. I have no problem with that. RJ, if you are open and completely open and you can make those shots, by all means, take those shots. But if you got anybody on you or it's a more difficult shot for you, then don't take it. Play what your game is. Drive, compete, and make sure you're getting the best bucket for you. What did he do against Team Canada? He was aggressive. His decision making was elite because when somebody bigger was on him, he tried to take him off the dribble, go inside the paint, either take contact and get to the line, or he drove straight to the rim and tried to get the bucket on whoever was defending him. And that's what you talk about, taking that playoff play that we saw to the next level. Because when you're driving to the rim, that means you're respecting your game and what you saw in the playoffs. Because RJ Barrett was no more effective than we've ever saw him in the playoffs because of how aggressive he was attacking the rim. And that's exactly what he did with Team Canada against Germany today. The reason he was so efficient is because he took the shots when he was open at three, but he always went to the rim to try to get the easiest percentage shot for him, because the closer RJ gets to the bucket, the easier the shot gets for him because he's more comfortable inside the paint, especially when he's driving. Because when he's driving, he's in his stride. That's when he's moving better, and that's when he's in motion to hit those shots that we always see him hit. And when he's driving to the rim, using his muscle and his strength, and by the way, before I get to what he was doing with those muscles inside the paint, using his body to get wherever he wanted to be and get to the positions he wanted to get to, can we talk about RJ Barrett's body here? He looks bigger. He looks better. And even though he has a little bit more weight on him, which I was worried about initially, he's moving like RJ Barrett would move even if he was at a smaller weight. That means he's used to this type of body weight already. And is it me? Does he look a little bit taller? Because he looks a little bit taller to me. And that matters a lot if he's going to continue to play the three for the New York Knicks, because we need a wing with size. And if he's going to turn into that for us, I'm all on board with that. But let's get back to him using his body inside. You can tell he has a bigger body. He knows it. He's using it inside to take contact and make those shots, or at least get to the line. He's not afraid of getting physical. And a lot of times last season, what I saw is that he wasn't okay with taking contact at the rim. He was trying to avoid it or go around the defender to try to get an easier bucket or a layup. And that always didn't work out to his favor because he always had to do a loopty shot around the defender. And it's not a natural shot for him or really any player. So it wasn't a high percentage shot. That's why he was missing so much. You can see now he's going into defenders. He's not going around them. That's the biggest thing for his game. He's also adding a little bit of a mid-range type of game as well too, albeit the little bit of the floater that he does or taking a little bit of contact and going up for a shot. I like that because that complements an aggressive type of drive game that RJ Barrett has now and that he had in the playoffs and that we're seeing. And another thing we're seeing under Team Canada under this coach is that we're seeing RJ Barrett a little bit more independent with his game. You can tell he's not being asked to do a lot. What he's asked to do is play his game and what he does well. That's why he's handling the ball more. He asks for the ball more. And he's going inside the paint and either trying to pass and create or he's trying to take contact and get to the line. And for him, that game works so well. We need somebody who can get their own shot, but somebody who can get the opposing team into foul trouble. So that way we can get to the line more often and get freebies at the line. It means so much when you have somebody who can stop the clock and get those buckets, especially in a game when you're down. I think RJ Barrett, more than anybody who played today, impressed me the most. 31 points on 13 of 14 shooting? Do you know how efficient that is? I'm scratching my head because it's RJ Barrett we're talking about. And the one thing people killed him about the most was his efficiency last season. And they had all the reason to kill RJ Barrett last season because he wasn't efficient. But look at what we're seeing now. And I know what a lot of you guys are going to say to me. It's one game. It's FIBA. It doesn't really matter. What happens when he goes up to real NBA competition and that level? You know what? We'll get there when we get there. Can we acknowledge and enjoy the fact of what we saw with RJ Barrett today? He was arguably the best player on the floor for Team Canada. Why do we have to ignore that? Why do we have to wipe that away like it doesn't exist, like it doesn't matter? This matters. It's FIBA basketball. It matters. They're competing for something. It matters. We're not going to sit here and act like FIBA games don't matter, like they don't exist, like they're not playing for something, like what they play for doesn't matter. And the fact that Team Canada featured RJ Barrett as one of their premier players tells me that Tom Thibodeau needs to start featuring RJ Barrett as one of their premier players because we see what he can do. And I know what you're going to say. One game doesn't matter. He's streaky. Let's see it for the course of 45 games or 15 games or even 20 games during the regular season and then talk. If that's where you're at, I can understand that. And I'm not going to kill you on that take. I completely understand why you would have a take like that. But in my opinion, and when it comes down to it, RJ Barrett has shown me in the playoffs and now with Team Canada and FIBA that he deserves to be the number 2 option for the New York Knicks. At least experiment with it. Try it out. Julius Randle already said he's okay with being a number 3 option. If that's true, then try it out. Let Jalen run it. Let RJ take second most shots on the team right behind Jalen. And then let Julius take third most shots on the team right behind RJ. Why is that a bad thing? Why can't Julius be that passer, that facilitator for the New York Knicks? Because if he can play the third option for the New York Knicks as a passer and as a facilitator, the New York Knicks look different. If Julius can just pass more, because the New York Knicks need that at a really high level, and he's a really underrated passer for a power forward, I think the New York Knicks can look really different and compete at a different level. And I think RJ Barrett has earned this opportunity with the New York Knicks to be that second option. Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, comment in the comment section on why I'm wrong. How would you reward your draft pick who showed up when the lights were brightest in the playoffs, who's showing up with Team Canada now, arguably one of the best players on the team for them? 31 points, efficient shooting, used properly in an offense. Tom Thibodeau, are you watching? Do you see what this man is doing for you? Do you see what he's doing for Team Canada? When he's put in the right positions, when he's given the ball, when he's given the opportunity to thrive with this team, do you see what he can do? I'm not trying to say that RJ Barrett has made it yet. I'm not saying he's taking that next step and he's going to be the best player of all time for the New York Knicks. That's not what I'm saying. but I think it's clear to see his game has taken a step up. He's taking that next step into greatness, in my opinion. And I think the playoffs, what we're seeing with Team Canada, and if he can continue this into training camp, if he can continue this into the regular season, and if he can take that next step for the New York Knicks, I think it's up to the New York Knicks to reward RJ Barrett with that second option in playing time and opportunity and attempts for the New York Knicks. Let it be Jalen Brunson, then RJ Barrett, and then Julius Randle, and then whoever else wants to take it. Emmanuel Quickly some nights, Grimes some nights, Mitchell Robinson if he wants to showcase it some nights. Whoever it's going to be, let them showcase their talents on any given night. But those three, if you're going to keep them as the primary three for the New York Knicks, then shake it up that way. And let Randle pass more. Let RJ drive and attack more. Because those two things would help both of those games thrive. And I think Randle, if he could average 15, 10, and 9, are you going to be mad? Is that still not all-star type of level production? Would he still not be in the conversation for it? And if RJ Barrett gives you 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, you're going to be mad at that? I don't think so. I think that would also be a great jump from RJ Barrett. And then Jalen Brunson's obviously going to give you what he's going to give you. Probably last year's production, hopefully with a couple of more assists. Shout out to RJ Barrett. Shout out to the New York Knicks and the New York Knicks fans that get to see this, witness this, embrace this, and just get to love this. How could you not love what RJ Barrett did today against Germany in a game they needed? In overtime, RJ Barrett went off. 31 points, efficiently went off too, and didn't take away from what the rest of the team was doing. You couldn't ask for more. I'm so happy with RJ Barrett. I'm even more pumped and excited for the next season now with the New York Knicks, and I can't wait to see what RJ Barrett can do with New York headed into next season. Because like I said before, I think RJ Barrett in year 5 is going to be a massive jump. I can't wait. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a comment below, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.